welcome to another exciting moment of the Sports Circus. I am two-time Super Bowl champion and American Ninja Warrior, Tyrone Poole. And I am here with also the Ringmaster himself, Sal, and you're going to hear from our engineer, Sonar. We want to welcome everybody who's watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Amp TV, Hotel TV, all those tuning in on the sportscircus.com. We also want to give a shout out to all those listening on Magic 97.9 Las Vegas, CBS Sports Honolulu, NBC News, CNBC Financial, NBC Financial, CBS Sports, also KCAA, Southern California, CBS Sports in Corpus Christi, KSIX, WDJY in Metro Atlanta, Talk 1490, WIRB, Southern Alabama, Florida Panhandles, and also WBNW covering the greater Boston market. This episode is brought to you by Safely Spin, an important message for consumers, business owners, and managers. For more information on the best high-speed internet, satellite TV, phone, cell phone service, identity protection, home and business security systems, credit card processing, plus savings on electricity and gas bills, contact 702-799-9935. That's for information on smart saving for homes and businesses. Contact 702-799-9935 or learn more at safelyspin.com, or you can email them at info@safelyspin.com. So, again, this is Tyrone Poole, and I'm driving this thing with Sal, the Sonar. You see, he just popped up. Sal just popped up on the screen. Say hello to everybody, Sal. Got your coyote. What kind of shirt you got on right there, Sal?
Hey, you like that? You like that? That's from one of our partners. It's from one of our partners. I mean, what would be better than if I'm in the middle of the desert on Route 66 over here in Hackberry, just east of Kingman, Arizona? Oh, what a great spot, folks. Let me tell you something. They have coyotes running all over the place here. This is from one of our partners from the College of Southern Nevada. Coyotes, go to csncoyotes.com to check out their upcoming schedules for events and games, etc., and so forth. Best college in Southern Nevada, that would be College of Southern Nevada, but this is the Coyotes. Go check them out at csncoyotes.com. Here on Route 66 in the glass bubble, or I should say the plexiglass bubble for AMP TV, that's AAMP TV. Let me tell you something, Tyrone. We take this bubble all over the place. We love the fact that we could just park it, and that's where we're at right now. This is a very historic place, been in a bunch of films, and you can see, well, you can't really see some of the nostalgia. I guess if I kind of get out of the way, maybe you could see some of the old Route 66 signs and so forth. I don't know, my giant head is kind of taking up most of the screen here, but I'll tell you what, it's fantastic being around in the country, up and down the southwestern United States anyway, with this bubble. We've been everywhere with it. And you know what? You know where we haven't been? I'll tell you where we haven't been. We haven't been over in Baltimore yet. We haven't been in Phoenix yet. We haven't been in Boston yet. We haven't been in Oakland yet. And you know what all those things have in common? They have in common one particular individual that's joining us today. That'd be Duane Starks, Super Bowl 35 champion and 10-year veteran cornerback from the National Football League. Welcome in, Duane.
Hello, what's up, Sal and Ty? How you guys doing?
Doing mighty fine. Let me see that shiny Super Bowl trophy. I know you got one of those around there too. Tyrone got a couple of those. Where is it at?
Hey, listen, let me see if I can pull it out.
Oh, you just happen to have it right there.
There you go.
Let me get a little closer for you.
And that is Super Bowl 35. 35. There you go. And my Super Bowl trophies are 38 and 39. So, you know, we're kind of like in the same decade. Super Bowl 35, 38-39. Yeah, so that's good. But hey, this show is about champions, all about champions. So in order to come on this show, Duane, you have to be a champion and you got to have a great story. So I just want to lead off, man. You know, I'm a track person. You know, you and I played together. I'm very committed to track. I believe all athletes, if you're playing any type of sport, you should do track. Now, I didn't know this about you. Even though I was with you in New England and we played together also in Oakland, I did not know you were a long jumper. So, man, you got to tell me about the story in high school. Now, we're going to build you up from the ground up. Everybody going to know everything about Duane from the ground up. So let's start in high school. The long jump, man. You got to tell me about it. What's your longest distance?
Man,
how you got it? Let us know.
I tell you, the long jump is something that I never thought of. I mean, you know, my coach, Coach Sims, his name is Coach Dale Sims at Miami Beach Senior High School. He's like, come here, son. He's like, I see you up here dunking the basketball. I see you, you know, you're running fast. You know, you're playing football. I know you're fast. You can catch the ball and all. I want to see if you can long jump. So he's trying to challenge me like, man, I can jump you. I know I can beat you jumping. So I was like, all right, well, let's get to the box. You know, I don't talk a whole lot of smack. I just go out and do it. I said, let me get to the box. So he showed me what to do, and I jumped a 22.8 on the first try. He was like, oh, that's without ever doing it in his life. So, I mean, he coached me. So from that standpoint, I just started running track from there. I was actually the fastest guy on the team. And then Samari Roll, of course, was one of my teammates. He started to run track. Then all of the football players started to run track. And they just followed in my footsteps. So we had a pretty good track team. And then a high jump. I did really well in the high jump. I jumped there. Oh, man, what was my high jump? 10.2, I believe. No, 10.1 was my highest jump. And they were like, wow. You know, it's a guy 5'9", 5'9.5", jumping over 10 feet. Man, they were blown away with that. But it was just amazing, man, that they allowed me to, actually brought out my talent and my athleticism. That really boosts my confidence in a major way.
Yeah, and I think for all those listening, again, high school, I think that's where you could definitely tell whether or not you have a star athlete on your hands, someone that can go to that next level. And we just saw Duane has those Super Bowl trophies, but 22.8, to let people know, 22.8 in high school, that is really doggone good for a high school. So Samari Rose, as you said, was on the track team. Samari Rose was another corner that played in the NFL.
Hold on, let me back up. 22.8 was my first jump ever.
Oh, first jump, okay.
My first jump ever. I went to state and jumped a 24.1.
Whoa, that's it. What's the record with Bob Beamon? Actually, it's broken. What's my guy? The distance was 29 feet.
Oh, yeah, there.
For long jump. But I'm just saying 24 in high school. Yeah. That's great. But again, I just want to start right there because to let people know how athletic you really are. And for those who are aspiring to go and play professional sports, all you got to do is look at your high school career. Now, going from high school, going into college, all right, you go to the U. I think everybody during the time in the 80s and 90s, it's like you either love Miami University or you hated Miami University. And you being right there in the backyard of Miami. So I'm pretty sure it's an easy choice for you. But you got there, I believe. About that too. Okay, tell us about it. Tell us about the story. That's where I was going. Tell some stories.
Originally, I didn't sign with the University of Miami. My parents told me once I leave high school that they were going to move back to South Carolina. So I decided to sign with Clemson instead. And unfortunately, that got held up. I ended up going to a junior college in Mississippi. Now, here I am, a city boy from Miami, leaving Miami, never visited Holmes Junior College in Mississippi. Reporting day, I go out, I get out from the airport, and we get on the road. It's just trees on the left, trees on the right. And I'm like, oh my God, where am I going? I see, and it's crazy with the timing. I see like these like the Ku Klux Klan crosses in the backyards of different people. I was like, oh my God, where am I going? So we pull up 45 to 50 minutes away from the airport, pull off the road, and it was just crazy. I'm telling you, I pull up to the dorm, and I thought it was just an apartment building, not knowing that I was on the college campus at that time. So I ended up going through that junior college, and then once I left there, University of Miami called and say, hey, are you still interested in University of Miami? And I say right away, yes, I am.
You know, I hear a common theme, Duane. I hear a common theme, and the common theme was that I'm hearing an ACC guy. I'm not hearing an SEC guy. I'm hearing an I'm an ACC guy, and I love the fact that you're talking a little bit of ACC. That's good stuff. Big round of applause for you there.
Oh man, we was the Big East back then.
Yeah, I know, but I'm hearing ACC right now. I don't care about back then because I'm a back then guy too. But all I know is today. Yeah, that's right. It's ACC. Go ahead, man. Listen, hey, by the way, in fact, why don't you hold that thought because we're going to be going to break here in just a moment, and Tyrone's going to get us out of here. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, everyone, we got Duane Starks. Those listening and watching, we have another champion. Of course, I got two. I'm one up on Duane. So I'm glad he can't catch up because his career is over. My career is over. But you know what? The show is not over. So you guys continue to hang around, and we're going to be back with more of Sports Circus with Super Bowl champion, Baltimore Raven, Duane Starks. Guys, stay tuned.
Do you have any questions about legal issues? Have you ever been stopped by a police officer and issued a ticket that you're scared to deal with? Have you ever been in trouble with the law and don't know what to do? Do you have a will or power of attorney question? Is your home being foreclosed upon and you don't know where to turn? Maybe you were given a contract that you don't understand. For freedom and a worry-free solution, call for Legal Shield today at 213-245-1305. It's that simple. You will have access to high-quality law firms that will fight for you for less than $1 a day. Peace of mind is just a call away. That's for Legal Shield. Call 213-245-1305 or visit us at nocourt.us. It's justice for all and not justice for some. Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you with startup capital, business strategy, sales and marketing, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea. The American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, you may visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's ABTRUSTCO.com or call them at 657-600-1876. That's the American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away. This is Sal Tuzzolino, host and ringmaster of the Sports Circus. Why listen to the same old dog and pony show that you've heard all day long? The Sports Circus covers everything that other shows don't or are too scared to cover. There's no primetime show like it out here that'll punch you in the mouth and you'll beg for more. You can call in and participate with our chaos if you dare. Join me and celebrity guests for Havoc and Mayhem weekdays at 5 p.m. Pacific here on AMP TV or stream the show live at thesportscircus.com. Remember, folks, it's a circus and we prove it every day.
You're watching the Sports Circus, and I am Brian Erlacher.
live from the AMP TV. Hey, there's Tyrone from the AMP TV mobile studios here on Route 66. I'm in the glass bubble, well, actually the plexiglass bubble, here on Route 66 in Hackberry, Arizona. Very famous spot, folks. You ever been over this area? You've seen this place in a ton of movies. That's why we're here. That's why we rolled up here. Again, that's AMP TV, AAMP TV. Folks, make sure that you also check us out on YouTube and make sure you hit the subscribe button after you search for the Sports Circus as well. Now, this segment brought to you in part by Legal Shield, providing legal protection and peace of mind. Legal Shield can help with traffic tickets, texting and driving, DUIs, court appearances, estate planning. Maybe you threw a football and you got picked off by one of the two guys on today's show and they took it back all the way for 6 points. Well, guess what, folks? You may need some legal help. Call Legal Shield for more information at 213-245-1305. That's 213-245-1305. Or visit them online at nocourt.us. That's nocourt.us. And again, a big welcome back to everybody listening in on Magic 97.9 FM up in Las Vegas and our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast, as well as our friends down in southern Alabama, the Florida Panhandle. That would be Talk 1490 WIRB. Big hello to our friends over in the greater Atlanta metro market on WDJY 99.1 FM. And all of our watchers and viewers on hotel television and 650,000 rooms from coast to coast. Thanks for joining us here again with two-time Super Bowl champion and another Super Bowl champion. I got one over here. I've got two over here. It's kind of crazy. I'm surrounded. I've got great corners on my sides here, folks. These are the guys. I'm going to throw it to this guy over here. I'm going to throw it to Tyrone. Go ahead and take over, buddy.
Again, I'm on the right side. We have Duane Starks. He's on the left side. And in the middle, we got Sal as our free safety. So, Sal, you're in the middle. Okay? You just don't let anything get behind you, okay? We have Duane Starks. Nothing gonna get behind you. Hey, that's how free safety is supposed to play. But we have another Super Bowl champion, as you mentioned, Super Bowl 35, Duane Starks. And I know everybody wants to talk about Miami. That's where you went to college. We know Miami back in the day, and they're trying to get it back. But back in the day, Miami, the U was the talk. So you got to tell us the good, the bad, and the ugly about those Hurricanes. So we're going to start off. We're going to do University Justice and start out with the good. Tell us, Duane, Miami, the U, what's the good about it?
Man, everything's great about the University of Miami. The city, the school, the sports, everything that you can think of. Miami. It's Miami, Florida. Miami Vice. Come on, think about it. So, there's a lot of money going around there. Cocaine cowboys, all of that. Just watch the documentary. You'll get a little more history on that. But yeah, man, it's amazing going there, man, especially coming from a junior college and coming back to my hometown to play. It was amazing. I had my family and my friends that were able to support me during those times. I had an opportunity to play for a number one school, like a really high-ranked school that would get their guys drafted into the NFL. And I had the opportunity to be a starter. That was the most important part. And that's a great thing about that. We all stuck together, man. We had the older guys that came back and worked out with us in the offseason, running routes. Michael Irvin, he couldn't get open on me, and I was just a freshman coming in. He could not get open until he put that big body on me. That was one of the things that I said, if I ever got to play, if I'm ever going to be good in the NFL, I have to learn how to stay off the big receivers. So that was a lesson early on before I got to the league. So that was a good thing to know. Randall Hill is one of those guys, Lamar Thomas, all of those guys, man, they came back and it electrified the U because they had so much success in their playing days. And now that they're going off to the NFL and they're still coming back to show that they care and show that they support our team, man, it was amazing. Now, of course, of course, there was some bad things that comes along with that too. Obviously, they couldn't come on campus anymore because of some of the things that was allegedly happening before I got there. Let's say that before I got there with the pay for play. I don't think that ever happened.
Yeah, we don't believe it ever happened.
Yeah, it never happened.
Yeah, not with the get it, man. Luther Campbell, not with him in Miami. Yeah, it didn't happen.
Luther was the mayor of Miami. He still is the mayor of Miami, man. His music, his style, everything about it, and his support and love for the University of Miami became a conflict because of the pay for play and all of those other things that they allegedly have done. It really got the school in trouble. Even with the financial aid stuff, we had an advisor there that got guys illegal financial aid. So that was one of the things that we were on probation for. So coming off championship, conference championships and all of those things, it really hurt. It put a damper on the school for at least a year or two, at least 3 years. But Butch Davis took over and had to clean up the program. So a lot of the fun that they were having before couldn't have that type of fun anymore.
Yeah, I think.
But remember,
Sal would challenge you with something.
Yeah, listen. The one thing I'm gonna give Luther the biggest props in the world for is big thunder booming bass. That's the only thing that matters. You think of Luther and you think of bass. You think of Miami and you think of big booty bass. That's the only thing that matters in Miami. Think about that. Come on, get it, girl. Get it, girl.
Get it, girl. Hey, Miami music is like none other, man. And people listen to the music and like, what in the hell is that? But everyone in Miami was like,
it don't matter. The only thing that matters was the building was shaking, the cars were shaking, and the trees were basing and shaking. That's the only thing that mattered.
When they say, hey, we want some football. That's all I say with that one there.
yeah, they want to. All right.
Hey, man, those were some days, man. And like I say, when Butch Davis got there and they had to clean up the program, man, it put a damper on everything. So the fact that we lost a few games during that year or whatever, everyone say, that's because you're not paying those guys.
Oh, listen, man. Listen, you're gonna laugh about this, Duane. You're gonna both of you guys. You're gonna crack up about this. So one of my friends, he's a former referee, and he did a couple of Miami's national championship games, right, back in the day. Okay. And he said, I gotta hand it to those guys over at Miami. He said, they made more money and they drove better cars than we did, being the players. He said, I drove up in a piece of garbage, and these guys had some real nice cars in that parking lot.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Now, I know, Duane, you got a story. You got to have a story about the locker room. Any locker room stories, like with players inside the locker room? Man. Share us a story.
Yeah. Who had the bag?
Or tradition, or whatever the case may be at the
Wait a minute. Hold that thought. Who had the biggest spinners? Who had the biggest rims? That's all I want to know.
Oh man. You know what? It was so many you couldn't even say who had the biggest. You had guys that came in from different parts of the. I know Edrin James. He had car 6'4" Impalas. They had all type of things on there.
You see 24s on an Impala.
It might have been 24s. You know what? Back then, they didn't have 24s. But he had the biggest rims. It might have been the 22s at the time, before they started going up to 23s and 24s.
I had to ask.
Yeah.
Well, Sal, this is what you should have asked Duane. Who had the most gold in their mouth? That's the question.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the spinners were good, but who had the most gold in their mouth?
The grill? Who had the grill? Who had Nelly's grill?
I think Edrin James definitely had a mouth full of gold teeth. Jamie German, I believe he might have had fronts. I don't know if that was his real teeth or not. Real gold. But anyone from Miami, I had a gold tooth, which they used to call me Disco Rick because I only had one. I had to take it out. Oh man. But,
Disco Rick. I'm gonna call him Disco Rick for now on for the rest of the show.
Oh, don't do it. I hate it. I hate it.
Okay. Did you have that go to the right side or the left side?
I had it on the left side.
The left side. Yes. The left side is the right side. All right.
Left side.
Always the left side. It's always the left side. Always the left side.
Tyrone, you talk about the traditions that we had, man. I mentioned earlier that we had a big carpet, man, in the middle of the locker room. And if you were standing in the middle of that locker room and you standing on that carpet, that meant you was ready to fight someone. And, for the freshmen that came in, they didn't know anything about that tradition. But all they heard was, woo, woo. I'm talking about the whole locker room like, woo, woo. And next thing you know, everybody's bum rushed this freshman kid. That freshman kid happened to be Bubba Franks. They stripped him of his clothes. He had on Barney purple drawers. He went up. He went up to Bush Davis. I'm gonna kill somebody. Bush Davis. From that point on, hazing was done.
I tell you what, Duane. We're going to come back with some more stories. We're going to wrestle some more on the Sports Circus with Super Bowl champion Duane Stark. See you on Sports Circus.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm Roy Firestone. Now it's time to throw it back to Sal.
A two-out rally is predicated on what those hitters are doing at the plate. When you look at what the hitters were doing, they were shortening up the stroke, they were getting up on the bat, they were rotating the knuckles, they were doing all the right things to get around on everything and protect the plate.
How far could you throw a flag? What's your record for throwing a flag? I know there's beanbags or something.
There's beanbags, marks the spots. Flag, you've got a little sand in it, too, and you roll it up to a little ball to try to get to the spot. People think that you're throwing it a huge distance. You don't have to throw it a huge distance. You just got to get it on the right line.
But do they have like a punt, pass, and kick for flags?
No, you can throw it 50. So I had this weight in my flag, and it was in the back, and I was on the wing, and I went to throw it, and it got caught in the back of my pants, and I swung it like this, and it went across, it hit the kid in the helmet. The kid looked at me and said, "Now don't go offsides again."
Goofiest thing that we ever did was they filled a swimming pool full of Jell-O, and people could pay to watch Gary and I dive into this pool of Jell-O, and he and I raised $100,000 doing that.
Okay. That's hilarious. And at least when you go underwater, you can actually eat Jell-O.
That's right.
He's not a dumb guy, but he doesn't follow instructions.
He made a terrible play. Even if he got tackled and didn't fumble, it's a bad play.
The fact is he didn't follow instructions. And you say he's not a dumb guy. Therefore, his own agenda he put ahead of his team.
I agree.
Thus, he is a dumb guy. And Ohio State has a $100 million recruiting budget that I'd love to see where they're spending their $100 million. Central Florida's earned their way. Give them a shot. In fact, if they extend the playoffs to 8 teams, so you get the Power 5, they all get their automatic bid, and then you get 3 at large. That would solve all the unbeaten teams and maybe an extra team from pick your favorite Power 5 team. There's no primetime show like it on air that'll punch you in the mouth, and you'll beg for more. It's a circus, and we prove it every day.
Certainly. We ain't getting no place fast. Shut up and start talking. Oh, a wise guy, eh? All right, break it up. Don't you give me none of your back talk. Oh, a wise guy, eh? Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
You're listening to the Sports Circus, and I'm Mike Golick.
And welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm telling you, we're having so much fun today. We got a Super Bowl champion. You guys know Duane Stars. He's just talking about wrestling. But this episode, this segment, you see him laughing in the background. So this segment is going to be brought to you by Safely Spin, an important message to consumers, business owners, and managers. For more information on the best high-speed internet, satellite, TV, cell phone services, identity protection, home and business security systems, credit card processing, plus savings on electricity and gas bills, contact 702-799-9935. That's for information on smart savings for homes and businesses. Contact 702-799-9935 or learn more at safelyspin.com or just email them at info@safelyspin. So we want to give another enormous shout out to those watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Amp TV, AAMP TV, Hotel TV, sportscircus.com, and I'm going to kick it over to Sal. He's going to let you know who's all listening. You can't forget the Ringmaster. So, Sal, who's all listening to the Sports Circus?
A lot of people are listening, man. A lot of people are watching, too. And those are watching on YouTube. Folks, make sure if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. There's a little button there that says subscribe right across it. This way you find out what we're doing all the time, and you'll get notifications and so forth. A big welcome to everybody watching on YouTube, Facebook, all of our social media, as well as on television from coast to coast in hotels. We're all over the place. We have some more news coming in a couple of weeks. We're not going to spill all the beans yet, but those of you in hot Atlanta, you're going to be able to watch us on television, along with those in Tampa and Washington and Cincinnati and Detroit and other places around the country. You'll see the press releases come out, and we'll let you know all about it. I'm over here in Northwest Arizona on Route 66, a little place called Hackberry. This place is a very, very famous site for films and rock videos, music videos, whatever videos. A very cool place. Now, if we're able to swing the camera around, I don't even know if we can. I'm going to see if maybe at some point we could swing the trailer around, actually, and see if I can get him to drive right out in front so you can see what the front of this place looks like. Very, very cool. But anyway, we are here with two-time Super Bowl champion and American Ninja Warrior. That'd be Tyrone Poole. And we're here with Super Bowl 35 champion Duane Stark as well. I got great corners on the sides of me. I got Mayhem from Miami over here, and I got Hotlanta over here, and I'm over here in the desert, so it's awful hot in here. You know what I mean?
Man, we got you in the middle, Sal. You're the safety. You're surrounded in corners. All we do is play man to man. All we do is play man to man. So all you got to do is stay in the middle, Sal. Just read the quarterback and just try to pick the ball off. But we got to give.
Let me tell you, Tyrone, if someone come across the middle over here, they're going to get hit.
Just take them out.
And they're going to feel it. Yeah.
That's all we need for you to do. Just hit and stay in the middle.
All right. While you're talking with Duane, I'm going to see if I can get them to pull this mobile unit over to the front of this facility so you can check it out. I don't know if we could do that, but we'll see. Go ahead. Take it over.
All right. Again, we got Duane Stark, Super Bowl champion. So what we're going to do, we're going to move up. He just talked about the U, all the wrestling and all the gold teeth and one hanging to the left. But that's the funny stuff. I don't think we did it at Fort Valley State, but we did party now. We did party. But moving into the NFL, okay, you get drafted. 10th overall. Okay, you go to the Baltimore Ravens. Now, tell us about your days in Baltimore leading up to what I think was your greatest season in 2000. Plus, that's when you guys won the Super Bowl. But being drafted 10th overall, start from there. How did that feel? And how did you feel?
Oh, man, I felt great. Like I say, the good thing about being drafted is that when you know that you're going to be drafted. At some point, I didn't care where I was going to be drafted. I just wanted to be drafted and play in the NFL. So I had my NFL draft party at my agent's house. And, all the friends and family got to come over and witness that. So being drafted, man, it was nerve-wracking in the sense of, am I going to prove myself? And do I have what it takes to show the world that I was worth being the 10th pick overall in the 1998 draft? And that experience itself was heart-wrenching. I was calm about it, but I was also nervous. So, they all ask, how can you handle the pressure of being a first-round draft pick? And of course, with the confidence that I had coming from the University of Miami, playing against, practicing against the veterans that came back, gave me the confidence to know that I can play. But it's always that doubt in your mind. Am I going to be that guy? Am I going to be good enough to prove myself and prove me worthy of the 10th pick? So that was amazing. And then being drafted and going into training camp was a blessing, man. They put me in a room. Ray Lewis, who I played with at the University of Miami, accepted me right away. It's like, hey, he's going to be my roommate. So when he did that, and we talked and we went out to practice together, we studied our playbook together, and all of those things, man, I was like, yo, I'm right where I need to be. And he made me feel really comfortable there in my first year. So I think, things like that, man, is really special. And that's why I take my hat off to Ray. He's an amazing guy, and he made it easy for me coming in as a rookie into the 98 draft. So that worked out for me, man. Everyone else around, of course, once you get in the league, you realize that every receiver is pretty fast. It's not like college where you're going to face a good team this year. This week, and then the next week you're going to face a team where the receivers are just slow as molasses. It wasn't that way in the NFL. So we had to really wake up to that quick. And, we played going into practice. I realized no matter how slow or however fast they were all professionals. So they had something special about them that can give them the advantage. And I had to find a way to take that away.
Yeah. Now, I know Sam had a question. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, folks, we're able to swing the trailer around. Now you can see the front of this place. This is where we're at. And I'll tell you what, this is the first time we've actually been able to move it without the world shaking, without big bass bumping us and moving us. But this is kind of the front of this place. Hey, let me ask you a question, Duane. Now, by the way, folks, we're here with Super Bowl 35 champion Duane Starks and two-time Super Bowl champion and American Ninja Warrior Tyrone Poole. All right, so let me ask you a question, Duane. When you were, I'd say, about your second or third year with the Ravens, remember go back to training camp when you're kind of breaking camp and everyone's like, all right, cool. Remember there was a guy, you may remember, maybe not, there was a running back in there, a young kid out of Washington State, a kid by the name of John Tippins. You ever hear of John Tippins?
At Ravens?
Yeah, he was in camp with the Ravens, and I don't think he made the club, but I know he had come out as a rookie out of Washington State.
If he didn't make the club, I don't remember.
I know that's right. You don't know about them stars.
The reason I ask is, he's always got his Ravens gear and this and that. I'm like, bro,
one of those.
You play for the big club. You didn't play for the big club. It don't matter. No.
Hey, listen, Tyrone Poole will be the first person to tell you, if you're a player, you do not wear your issue gear outside of the facility.
That's your work uniform. Why would you do that?
Now, he doesn't do
that. John don't do that. No, John's a buddy of mine. He don't do that, but he's just a good guy. You know how it is. Sometimes when you're in camp, you want to make it, you can't make it. Well, guess what? It didn't happen. But at the end of the day, I just want to find out if you actually knew the guy. That's all.
Yeah. No, I got a question. I got a question again. Duane, first round. I was a first rounder. Okay, I know what I did with my first check. I got to know, Duane, what did you do with that signing bonus, man? What did you do? Did you go buy another gold tooth? Did you put one on the right side? Did you get the big spinners? What you do with that bonus, man, that signing bonus? I know it was big. In the top 10?
Imagine one on the left.
The first thing I had to do, I had to find myself a home up there, man. So I bought a home up in Baltimore. Wasn't that expensive, but it was, I think at the time, $212,000, which was good. I mean, that was a lot of money to me. You got to remember, I was broke, so I didn't have anything. And not until my third or fourth year did I realize how much money I had. I was standing up in my kitchen late night before going to bed, probably like 1, 2 in the morning, and standing up in the kitchen just looking around at my house like, man, this is all mine. I own this stuff. And then I realized in the off season, I spent $50,000 And I was like, what in the world am I doing? So I scared myself. But I realized how blessed I was at the time and how much money I still had in the bank, even after spending $50,000 in the offseason. Yeah. And so that was, I was pretty frugal with those things, man. But that was the first thing I bought. My home, and I bought a Rolex watch.
Okay. Which one? The Presidente?
I don't even know. One of my teammates, his girlfriend worked for the Rolex, and they gave me an aftermarket Rolex for $12,500.
Oh, hello! You got the diamond bezel?
Diamond bezel. Yep.
Yeah. Bezel. We know that one. I'll tell you what,
I still have that watch.
And you hang on to that watch. Tyrone, get us out of here.
Well, hey, everybody, Duane Stark gave us some great stories from his youthful age of long jumping, going to JUCO, coming to the Miami, and then going into the pros. Great stories. We thank everyone for listening and watching. We just ask you to come back for some more Sports Circus. And we'll see you next time.
No, in just a few minutes.
Do you own a timeshare? Well, face the facts. You made a mistake. You made a bad purchase. A timeshare is not an investment. It's a money pit that continues forever. If you use your timeshare, that's great. But if you don't, and you want to legally get out of your contract, call my friends right now at the Timeshare Exit Hotline. They're an experienced team of lawyers who help good people like you get out of a timeshare contract that they just don't want. Don't throw away your money on maintenance fees. Use it for things you really want. We can help you end your timeshare contract and stop the money drain immediately. If you're ready to move on with your timeshare, call our team right now.
Cancel your timeshare now with a free call. 800-741-9557. 800-741-9557. 800-741-9557. That's 800-741-9557.
Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you start up with capital, business strategy, sales, and marketing, and establish your company with a physical location or an online presence on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea. Then American Business Trust can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's abtrustco.com. Or call them at 657-600-1876. That's American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They'll help your business right away. That's American Business Trust Company. Online at abtrustco.com. American Business Trust Company.
That's the sound of sizzling, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks from UpperCutChops.com. Their best-in-class filet mignons, New York steaks, and the king of all steaks, the tomahawk and cowboy cut ribeyes are the best in the business. Even their Prime Wagyu burgers will likely be the best you've ever had. Browse the full selection of steaks and chops at UpperCutChops.com from the comfort of your home or on your mobile device. UpperCutChops.com delivers all-natural, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks and chops directly to your door, without the hassle of going to the grocery store and fight crowds to pick from a small selection of average at best meats with injected steroids, fillers, and coloring added to look good. Find out what's for dinner at UpperCutChops.com or call 702-799-9935. That's 702-799-9935. 702-799-9935. Or make your selection directly at UpperCutChops.com.
this is Tyrone Poole again with the Sports Circus. We have a great guest today, Duane Starks. We're just having so much fun talking about the U, talking about his years in the pros, and guess what? This segment, we're going to come up with some more great stuff that you're going to learn about Duane Starks. This segment is brought to you by the Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation. If you want to learn more about the Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation, you want to help us reform, refill, and restore the lives of families, just go to TyronePoole38Foundation.org. Again, that's TyronePoole38Foundation.org. There you can donate, or you can just get as much information about our programs as needed. So with that, we also being joined by, can't forget this guy here. He started this Sports Circus in 2016. The one and only Ringmaster himself, Sal. There he is.
All right. I'm over here in the glass bubble, or the plexiglass bubble, that is, over in Hackberry, Arizona. You can see the front of this place. Very famous place. No plugs. It's just a cool place right here on Route 66 in Arizona, in Northwest Arizona. We're probably about an hour from the Grand Canyon. What a cool place. Folks, you've probably seen this in many movies and videos and so forth. If you haven't been here, check this place out sometime. Got to tell you, again, we get no dog in the fight. I don't even get a free candy bar. But at the end of the day, I dig it over here, and they got a cool orange cat here that I like. All right. Back here, a big welcome to everybody also listening in on Magic 97.9 FM up in Las Vegas, about an hour and a half away from this place. And a big welcome to everybody watching on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to Sports Circus on YouTube. Yes. And guess what? We're here with two-time Super Bowl champion, and I'm in the middle saying, all right, everybody, you want to come up in the middle? Let's go. Pow! You're going to get hit. Boom.
There you go.
All right, that's it. All right, hey, listen, Duane. So here, Duane Starks, Super Bowl 35 champion. So, look, you've got a lot going on in your world. You're working a little bit with some business things. Tell everybody what you're up to right now. What's going on?
Oh, man. Well, first off, you talk about Vegas, man. We're going out that way to Arizona. I'm going to Vegas and taking those trips to Arizona as well, to the Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam, all of those things. And because I need a break, man. You know, right now I'm actually working with the Trust, which is powered by the NFLPA, where we're engaging former players and helping them and supporting them with all of the eligible benefits that they have throughout the NFL and NFLPA. I mean, that comes down to the brain and body exams. It has the career transitioning. It's the, personal interaction with the guys, and also the mental health and financial. So those are the things that I look forward to and I enjoy doing. I enjoy helping those guys. From that standpoint, I'm happy about that. Business-wise, I have done several things. I'm working with Drew Rosenhaus, actually doing the same stuff. So that's one of the paid jobs that I do. Like, my wife is Jamaican, so she's turned me into Jamaican with many jobs. So
cool, brother. Cool, man.
What I make. So one thing that I'm doing right now, I've partnered with two guys that are really tech geeks. They're really some tech geeks. One worked for EA Sports. And
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh, there you right on time. He was for a long time, and now he formed his own company. So when you see those video games that comes out, EA Sports, Facebook, a lot of companies, they go to his company first to look over the player engagement and the player interaction. So he created this company called Fanbase, and where athletes, the actual platform that I'm putting together is the athletes and entertainers section of it all, where we teach the influencers, which I call them, how to monetize their social media. So there's many ways that fans want to contact their celebs, and they just don't have a way to monetize it. Now they have, of course, Cameo, which is a paid subscription for a video. But this here platform is more so about having that one-on-one engagement with your celebrity or the athlete. And you can, as the athlete or the creator, you can actually charge per minute, per second. The only platform at this time that has those capabilities. Live broadcasting, that you can charge per minute, text messages. So that's one of the things that the major thing that I'm working on right now. We should be launching soon. There's already sections or platforms in that area that we control that's not on the athletic. It's basically mainstream that's already operating. So that's my portion, is it the athlete and celebrity side of it. So those I've been involved in and continue to do stuff. I'm also doing an accredited course for student athletes across the board, for collegiate athletes, that would teach them the way of life as we know it as professionals. So it's basically it's like I'm not going to say financial literacy, but it has a lot to do with the lifestyle of professional athletes, the decisions that we make, and the right and the wrong way to do things. So just getting them the transparency of what being a professional is all about.
Yeah, that's good. And we want to welcome again those Fox, NBC, and CBS sports affiliates. We're here with Duane Starks, Super Bowl 35 champion. Now, Duane, I know you and I being in the corners, and we got Sal, who he'll pop on the screen. He'll say something every once in a while. He's the free safety. But I know for me, when people ask me, I know you get the same question because you're your corner. Who was the toughest receiver to cover? And I tell them, hands down, number one is Jerry Rice. Okay, he was the toughest of all. But if I had to name them in categories according to their gifts, the fastest guy that I ever covered was James Jett. Oakland Raiders. I'm like, that dude there, man. He was on the Olympic team. He was on the 4x1 Olympic team. So all I did with James Jett is just turn sideways and start running, because I know he'd run a deep route. He run a 9 route on post. So it didn't make no sense to backpedal. The quickest receiver, I tell people, Andre Rison. I'm like, Andre Rison, that dude was so quick off the line trying to press him. And the best route runner was Isaac Bruce. I'm like, Isaac Bruce could come out of a cut out like on a dime. So who was the best overall that you covered? Maybe the fastest? Who was the best route runner? Who was maybe the quickest guy? Or who was that guy you just said, hey, you know what? I got to strap it up today.
Oh, I would definitely say James Jett. I mean, he was a smart, very fast. I'm talking about that's all his job was to do in the NFL was run deep. So he had to be the fastest guy, and the way he ran his 9 routes, he didn't look for the ball until the last second. That was one thing. The best receiver I've ever covered was Jimmy Smith, Jacksonville Jaguars. This was a big guy, over 6 feet tall. I'm talking about he had to run like 4.2, 4.3. I don't think anyone really know his speed. And he ran every route at the same speed. So you never know whether he was going to break it off. You never know whether he was going to go deep. You never know what he was going to do. So he had to be one of the toughest receivers I ever covered, along with Keenan McCardle. Those two tandems were really good. I think everyone else, I either studied them so hard that I kind of knew what they were going to do, which gave me an advantage. And, Randy Moss, of course, was one of the great receivers you had to turn and run when he went to running. But I studied him as well. I knew his little antics and his little habits, so it wasn't really an issue. But, one-on-one, neither one of those guys you really wanted to cover. You wanted help with each one.
I got a question for both of you guys. All right, so both of these corners, look, you guys are both lightning fast, but talk about the big guys, the 6'3", the 6'4" guys. How'd you do against them, and what was your game against the tall guys?
Stay off of them. Stay off of them and use my speed. That was the smartest thing that any small guy can do. Use your technique, study film, understand the formation, understand their routes, understand their habits. Because the one thing about a tall guy, it always took him longer to get into his route because he's so tall. He had to break down a lot more than the average guy. You can take for example, Jermaine Lewis, who played with me in Baltimore, might have been 5'9", give or take 5'8". He can get in and out his routes at any time at a drop of a dime, like Tyrone mentioned earlier for some other receivers. They run the best routes. But a tall receiver, man, we had to be smart. We had to stay off of them, don't allow them to get their long arms on us and pull us by or whatever they had to do.
Yeah. And I know speaking of tall receivers, I always told people it's like this with me. It's like playing basketball. The rim is at 10 feet. Okay, most guys play basketball, they 6'9", 7 foot, 6'7". Why is it that when they go to get the rebound, they mostly getting the rebound at rim level or below? Why not getting the ball at the highest point over the rim, off the backboard, at the top of the backboard? You know the reason why? It's because of friction. You cannot jump as high as you can when there's a body against you. So what I would do against those tall receivers, I would use their arm. Basically, when I'm running with them, I would use their arm to lock up with them to hold them down so they couldn't elevate as high. And then for a defensive back, it's all about timing. You got to time your leaping ability as far as the trajectory of the ball, and that's how you cover a tall receiver. But I agree with Duane. I would rather cover a tall receiver than to cover someone my height with speed, because tall guys, they got to transition all that height down just to come out that break.
Yeah, they were easy to cover.
All right, guys, listen, we only have a couple minutes left in the segment. So, Duane, I want you to get – hey, I see you got company back there. Who you got with you?
That's the Starks Jr. He's just starting this season for the first time this year, man. He's a natural.
All right. Big round of applause. Hey, listen, we only have a couple of minutes left in the segment. First, Duane, thanks for being on the show, but I want you to tell everybody how to follow you, all your social media and so forth, and give everybody a quick recap on your companies and how to engage with that as well.
All right. You can follow me, man, on Twitter. Well, I don't use Twitter as much, but Instagram at dstarks22. You can always find me on there. You can always look up the company, The Trust, which is for the former players, pretty much at theplayerstrust.com. And right now, we're actually creating a domain for fanbase.com. So that's one of the things that one of our companies where we're going to help celebrities and athletes engage or basically monetize their social media because there's no platform out there that allows them to do it by the minute. So that's one of the things that we're doing. And you always reach out to me. You can reach out to me at dstarks22, and believe me, I'll respond.
All right, Tyrone, final words and take us out of here.
Hey, final words. Again, it's an honor to have Duane Starks on the show. I hope everybody learned something today and laughed a little bit as well, because that's what the Sports Circus is all about. So until next time, we want you to come back and for another exciting moment of the Sports Circus, because you never know who is going to be our top guest. See you guys next time.
So.
So, you want to be in show business. Do people tell you that you're really funny, you have a great personality, and you should have your own talk show? Many of us have been told that, but we don't know how to get started. It's easier than you think. Let the pros at Cali Vegas give you a free talent evaluation. Call 949-445-1119 and learn how quickly you can create, produce, and host your very own talk show. Imagine not having to sit in traffic every day, commuting back and forth to the same old boring job. Get started in television or radio today with your free talent evaluation from Cali Vegas. Call 949-445-1119 or visit them online at calivegas.com. Make your dream come true today and create your new career and learn how to become a television or radio star with the help of Cali Vegas. 949-445-1119. Call now.